Here's your divine guidance. You know, guilt, it is such a destructive emotion. And let's be clear, it is biologically given to us to create consciousness when we do something wrong. So you do something wrong, you feel bad, you self-analyze, you get a sense of, what you did right, what you did wrong, and then you learn some lessons and you move on. Or you make amends, or you say you're sorry, all those things. I mean, there's something very, very correct and biologically correct and right about having guilt. It makes us non-sociopaths. But the thing that is really destructive that you've got to listen to is that guilt is also used in toxic family of origins that are trying to make you doubt yourself, shut you up, go with the group, not really have your own instinct about what right and wrong is. And so they'll use the emotion of guilt to have you acquiesce, give in, subordinate, submit yourself to the group in order to be, frankly, pliable, malleable, accommodating, and all of that. And so you'll end up in relationships with people in your adult life because you did not develop the skill set, the internal guidance, to really understand what is right and what is wrong for you. And so you'll give in, you'll feel sorry you'll believe that other people's problems are your problems, you'll believe that you're bad or wrong for saying no, you'll believe that you're not worthy of good treatment because somehow you were trained to feel bad for yourself and feel guilty early on in life in those very formative developmental years. And so what I'm here to tell you is, every time guilt shows up, I want to tell you this, as a psychotherapist of 3 decades, dialogue with your guilt and ask yourself the question, did I do something wrong? If you do that work, if you get involved in the dialogue with the guilt feeling that is so controlling of you, that is so incredibly cavernously difficult for so many people to make good choices for themselves, you will inevitably ask yourself the question when you're trying to leave a bad situation and you feel guilty, did I do something wrong? And then as you go down the rabbit hole of that conversation, you will inevitably come up to the understanding that you didn't do anything wrong and you're not doing anything wrong. You're just taking care of yourself and you were just trained to self-doubt because you were trained that you had no value and that you had no rights or whatever it was in the family of origin. I mean, there's many nuances, but that's what I see when people are guilty for taking care of themselves, for taking up space, for saying no, for all those things. Essentially, what's happening is they were trained to not see themselves as people or as a human being that has rights to, distance themselves from situations that are not healthy for themselves. So when guilt shows up, dialogue. Go on an internal dialogue. Locate it in your body. Feel it in your body. Often it's in your chest, in your gut. Feel it in your body. Close your eyes and then go, did I do anything wrong? Am I wrong here for taking care of myself? And inevitably, an internal voice will start to come forth to say, no, you're not wrong. You have a right to take care of yourself. You matter. You're not a bad human being. Maybe you've done some bad things because you did come from patterns of behavior that were not good, but you are ultimately not bad for saying no. So as a generational curse breaker, my darling, I am one. You can be one. As a generational pattern breaker, you can stop the madness and not just give into your guilt simply because you addictively allow guilt to be, the thing that stops you from doing what's right for you. Generational curse breakers, if this resonates, I would like you to share this, interact with it from the bottom up, repost it, comment on it. Let's make this a wave of teaching people to be generational curse/pattern breakers. You got this.